Hey, I was basically watching that video now, about color mentality, which was quite interesting. Interesting. And this is unscripted. This is like totally unscripted. Um, I wanted to say something about that video. I think asking if colored people are black is the wrong question. Ultimately, both concepts or constructs, social constructs, and we understand that there's no real definitive way to describe what black is. It's very broad, it's very open, you know. For example, blackness in America is totally different to blackness in Africa and what you would find maybe in Asia. I mean, I'm watching the Sri Lankan cricket series with South Africa, and many of those players who play for the Sri Lankan cricket team technically look black. And it's quite interesting to just see different types of people from all over the world and recognizing people that would actually refer to themselves as black. One thing that is very evident and one thing that should be recognized the fact that we are African and we're part of this country, South Africa, and the continent of Africa. And that is an identity that many of our people do not basically associate with being African, identifying with the soil that they came from. And we need to recognize where we come from, firstly. As I mentioned in the comment on that particular video, that we're all human ultimately, and many of us struggle to be human. We forget what it actually means to be there for other human beings, regardless of color, race, ethnicity, religion. And we haven't really touched upon the fact that religion also played a major role in determining our identity and what we regard as part of our identity. But I enjoyed watching that video. It was quite interesting, and I think Kelly Eve and a colleague, I can't recall her name now, they're doing a fantastic job. I enjoy the series, and I would like to be part of it or make a contribution in any way, shape, or form. I think that there's a lot of things to be shared, and that most colored people, or those who identify themselves as colored, need to tell their stories. There's so many stories that hasn't been told, and there's so many stories dying out. I went to the cemetery a few weeks ago, and when I looked around, I saw so many graves, and I was thinking to myself, damn, many of these people have died, and the stories have died with them. And I think we need to get to the point where we really start sharing our stories, and we should hear more of our stories, and more of our stories should be shared on TV. And I think in that way we can basically bridge the gap of consciousness, and just political correctness in terms of who and what we are about. So yeah, it's been fun, it's been interesting, and I look forward to seeing and hearing more about these things.